All right, welcome back to the show, everybody. And we are in part 2 of SKAP Attack versus 10 LeBron James fans, or 1 Jordan fan versus 10 LeBron James fans. If you didn't watch part 1, that came out yesterday. No need for an intro. Shout out to members. I appreciate you all. Let's go. Part 2.
Okay, welcome me here. I think about NBA history.
Okay.
It's like a story, right?
Mm-hmm. By the way, topic at hand is Michael Jordan faced harder competition than LeBron James. Let's roll.
And when you're telling the story of the NBA, the modern NBA, right?
Yeah.
21st century.
Right.
What teams are you spending the most time talking about, right? What dynasties propped up in the 21st century?
Well, the Bulls are the greatest dynasty in modern era.
Okay, all right.
Post 1976 ABA NBA merger, the Bulls are the greatest dynasty.
There's an organization known as the San Antonio Spurs, and the only time they
arguably not a dynasty
lost during the Tim Duncan window was to a LeBron James led team. You want to talk about the Golden State Warriors?
Wait, what? Oh, you mean in the finals?
Who almost had the perfect...
lost twice.
Okay, but Tim Duncan's only finals loss came to LeBron James.
Okay.
And then you want to talk about
but he beat him 2 times out of 3.
Great, but I'm just saying, if there is any argument there's a chink in their armor, LeBron James was the reason for that.
Oh, yeah.
And then you want to talk about the Golden State Warriors, who almost had the perfect season. LeBron James is the reason they didn't.
Curry beat him 3 times out of 4 in the finals.
But when he lost, it was coming off of the greatest regular season, right? A unanimous MVP, historic season. That story didn't end well because LeBron James had a different ending, right? You want to talk about the Boston Celtics. LeBron James put a knife in the heart of the Boston Celtics dynasty on their last legs and made sure to send Kevin Garnett and...
Dynasty? This guy's throwing out dynasties for teams that won 1 championship. Because I'm sorry, the Celtics only won 1 championship. So what do you mean knife in the heart in the Celtics dynasty? No, dude.
Paul Pierce packing to Brooklyn, right?
If I'm not mistaken, the rule for a dynasty is you have to at least repeat. You know what I mean? Like, I'm sorry, they didn't do it. So these are 2 teams that he's claiming are dynasties. And I think the Spurs have a much harder claim to this. But I still don't think even the Spurs, like, they don't get to be a dynasty. They didn't repeat. They were fucking amazing. Excuse my language. But, they stayed amazing for a long time, but they didn't repeat champions.
Hey, LeBron James keeps showing up in competition with these great teams, these great Hall of Fame players, and ending their hopes. I told you that we're writing a story. When you write the story of NBA history,
flip that perspective, and you can say all these great teams. For instance, the Spurs, they ended the Kings' hopes 2 out of 3 times. Steph Curry ended the Kings' hopes 2 out of 3 times. Okay, we can flip it.
History. I'm not spending a lot of pages on the Barkley Suns. I'm not spending a lot of pages on the Sean Kemp, Gary Payton.
Do you know why?
Sonics. Wait. I'm not done.
Because Jordan beat them all.
I'm not done. I'm not spending a lot of pages on the Karl Malone and Stockton Jazz, but I am spending a lot of pages on the San Antonio Spurs, who LeBron beat. I'm spending a lot of pages talking about Kevin Durant and Stephen Curry, who LeBron beat. I'm spending a lot of pages talking about all these Hall of Famers, and LeBron has beat them.
How many times in Michael Jordan's career playoffs did he play either the MVP of the NBA or a year that he won the MVP, the runner-up to himself?
Would any of those players who were MVP or runner-up be better than Tim Duncan all time, or Stephen Curry all time, or Kevin Durant all time?
Here's the problem.
Because I'm not putting Barkley above those guys. I'm not putting those guys above them.
Karl Malone is the 3rd all-time leading scorer in NBA history.
That has never mattered more.
Hold on.
Oh, but it matters when it's LeBron.
The 3rd all-time leading scorer in NBA history. He in 3 straight years he went MVP, runner-up.
This is everything SKAP says. This dude is freaking mad.
To Jordan MVP. He averages 25 and 10 for a 19-year career.
He also had a playoff efficiency drops.
If he won championships, he would be a top 10 to top 12 player if he won championships.
That's if, though.
He didn't because Jordan didn't let it happen.
Okay.
He didn't eat on Jordan's watch.
Yes.
That's the point. Like, these people's legacies are inflated in some degree because they're getting rings on LeBron's watch. Jordan didn't let that happen.
Jordan also didn't play for a quarter of a century, right? You want to talk about All-NBA.
But he's only won 4 in a quarter of a century.
You mentioned All-NBA. LeBron has the most All-NBA first teams of any player ever, right? I think another angle on the competition, LeBron is also competing with Father Time, and he's giving him some blows. Because you talk about LeBron James.
Is this about his competition?
Well, you're talking about All-NBA as a metric of greatness. That I'm going to flip that around on you, because LeBron has made All-NBA more than anyone. He is the youngest player to ever make an All-NBA team. He is the...
LeBron only has 3 more than Jordan after... how many more years now? Shoot. 7 more years, right? Okay.
The oldest player to make an All-NBA team.
I mean, in my opinion, the Jordan stat looks better than.
Has done things throughout his career. We always talk about, oh, this guy was ahead of his time. This guy, if his game was a year earlier or a decade earlier, LeBron has shown that. LeBron has played across all these different iterations of the NBA. He's played in the dead ball era in the 2000s. He's played in the pace and space era. He's played in the small ball era.
He never played in the hand check era. The second he got drafted, the hand check was gone.
He is still playing. A couple weeks ago, he played against the Houston Rockets at 41 and was the most impactful player in the series. So if you want to talk about competing, LeBron is competing with conventional wisdom of what greatness looks like, and he's winning that conversation.
LeBron is competing with what conventional wisdom looks like, and he's winning that. What kind of mental gymnastics are you pulling just to avoid the actual heart of the question, man?
Listen, if you want to talk about elite, right, and we're going to talk...
And this guy eating it up. He's like, those some words I haven't heard before. Like, you put the words together, and I'm not so sure they make as much sense as you think they do.
About longevity in a bit.
Sure.
But LeBron has won his last MVP at 28. He was last designated. Hold on. He was last designated.
Hold on, guys. I'm not hip. What's this mean that he's doing right here?
Won his last.
Hold on.
Right, and we're going to talk about longevity.
What's he doing here?
Sure.
But
What's that? What's that mean? One hand to the side and one hand just going around in a circle?
LeBron
doing something?
has won his last MVP at 28. He was last designated. Hold on. He was last designated All-NBA defense at 29.
Okay.
He's been All-NBA All-NBA Selection 1 team once since 33. Jordan at...
Think about what you just said.
Hold on.
33.
Hold on. In his last year, Michael Jordan, before he retired 3 years and came back at like 40 to play with the Wizards.
Which we pretend doesn't happen.
No,
we don't. No, we could talk about it all day.
About those if you want.
Okay.
But in his last year, he was 34 at the beginning of the year, turned 35 in February, 35 the second half of the year. Jordan was All-NBA 1, All-NBA Defense 1, MVP 1, DPOY 4, MVP of the Finals, champion.
Great.
So LeBron James his longevity pretty overrated in my estimation because Jordan was more peaked later than LeBron James was.
You know, Michael Jordan, we talk about killer instinct. LeBron has killer instinct too because LeBron continues adding to his game so he can adapt and play in the modern era. He's not just sticking around taking threes in the corner like he could be.
That's not killer instinct. Killer instinct is a mindset. What you're describing is simply adding more skills. You're talking about skills versus mindset. These are completely different things. Skills help back up the mindset of a killer. However, a killer needs to have skills in order to kill. You know what I mean? Like it's not the same exact thing at all. So yeah, talk about being a killer. No, go kill when you know the target is within sight. In other words, in the NBA Finals, and it's time to kill, the championship is within sight. It's within reach. The killer takes it. LeBron is 4-6 in that situation.
He's 41 years old, giving you 21, 7, and 7, outplaying lottery picks and high draft picks in the playoffs and the Houston Rockets with Şengün and all those guys. LeBron doing that is a testament to him being willing to adapt and evolve so he can be impactful as the first option, second option, or third option. Whatever the Lakers need him to do, he's still doing it because he can still do it, and no one else has ever done that.
That was a terrific soliloquy. It really was.
First of all,
next.
You're a beautiful man. I understand why it's hard to argue. I mean, your jawline is Hollywood. These lights are really...
Don't cut this. Keep
It's good lighting.
Go ahead.
I mean, you get pissed over here. You get up here, you're like, oh, shit. Just don't look at me in the eyes, you know.
Don't you cut this. Don't you cut that out.
The Jordan playing better competition... I mean, you asked Jordan in The Last Dance, he laughs at all of his competition. He said, oh, these guys are freaking bums. He never had to play the Kevin Durant Warriors. They were an NBA cheat code. You had a 73-win team, and then you added Kevin Durant. I mean, that team beats any team in NBA history.
The 2018 playoffs, the second year they were together, that they ran LeBron off in 4 games, 4-0 sweep. What if I were to tell you that in the Western Conference Finals, we were talking off camera before the show started about what a loser James Harden is. What if I were to tell you that the Houston Rockets...
Wait. So these guys agree that James Harden sucks, but they're... I thought they'd be one and the same. Like, in order to defend LeBron James, I thought, like, you know, you'd be the same type of personality to defend James Harden year after year. I guess I'm wrong.
Took him to
led
7.
Do
by-
LeBron James fans appreciate any other basketball player other than LeBron James?
him to
James
7.
Harden
Yeah.
not only took them to 7, that
Okay, here we
the
go.
Houston Rockets,
Took him to
led
7.
by
Took him to
James
7.
Harden,
Yeah.
not only took them to 7, they were up 12 at halftime of Game 7. And then little Game James came out and crapped in his pants. But
And Chris Paul was great that series. Chris Paul was great.
Well, and
he didn't play
got
Game
hurt,
7.
He didn't play, right.
But he was great for 6 games.
They
Yeah, really, really interesting to point that out. So if Chris Paul didn't get hurt, they might have beat the what this guy is proclaiming the greatest team of all time. James Harden might have beat the greatest team of all time, not LeBron James. Interesting.
likely if he didn't get hurt, probably they were up 12 at halftime. And little Game James came out and crapped in his pants. And there was no Chris Paul. You're saying no team in NBA history could have ever beaten that team? James Harden-led team almost beat them the series before.
Almost. And then he choked against the best team that was ever assembled in NBA history. Who was LeBron James' running mate that year?
Well, the year before it was Steph Curry, and they traded Steph Curry for 2018.
Who was LeBron James' running mate 2018? Who was his number 2?
Well, his only like all-star caliber player was Kevin Love after they traded.
And was he an all-star that year?
No.
No, so he was all-star caliber according to
What
you.
about the year before in 2017 when they lost 4-1?
Well, that goes against the LeBron makes players better because he was an all-star and an MVP runner-up before he teamed up with LeBron James. And then a couple years after teaming with LeBron James, look how we're talking about him. Look how they're talking about him. Was he an all-star? No. Like, that's it. He's just, like, dismissed. So, yeah, that's one strike against LeBron makes people better, makes players better. No. Most of the time, he makes them worse, unfortunately.
When he had Kyrie Irving?
And Kyrie for a second year in a row, because remember in 2016, we already talked about it earlier. I said Kyrie outscored Curry and outshot him from every level. 3-point, free throw, 2-point, right?
And LeBron James was the best player on that team?
Hold on.
And he was
in the next year in 2017, that unbeatable team, that year in 2017.
Well, it's not. They never got beat when they're healthy. But yeah.
Irving still outscored Curry in that series and outshot him from every range, to standard, 2, 3, and free throw. So and Kevin Love, who was a perennial all-star then, gave you 16 and 11 in that series. The thing that was the big difference was Durant versus LeBron. Both those guys' numbers look terrific in that series. But KD was the guy that was getting it done in clutch time. KD was the one that was cooking in the fourth quarters of that series. That's why LeBron failed in those series. But even still, even if I grant you that those losses weren't LeBron's fault, he's played 23 years. He's been in 19 playoff runs. Like, it's not about the failures. It's about the collective successes and what you do to offset the failures. LeBron has had more time than Michael Jordan, way more, to answer some of these questions, to the ones that, weren't his fault, or the 2011 epic choke job. And he just simply hasn't done enough to outweigh all of the failures in his career.
I agree. Yeah, that's a good way to put it. Good way to put it.
Jordan's peak trumps LeBron's longevity.
Oh, all day. And LeBron's peak. You know, we could go peak for peak on this as well. All right, let's go.
What specifically are we comparing from peak
I don't
to
want to.
longevity?
No, please, you lead the way, and I'll respond to you. You want me to lay it out to you?
I would love for you to lay it out for me. Yeah,
Okay.
it's easier for me to beat you if I just know what I'm doing step by step.
Perfect. Well, LeBron James, because he is so elite in terms of his longevity and the fact that he's been basically peak from, 20 to now, so 21 years worth of it, I would expect him to have been far more accomplished. We're not even talking about winning. I would expect him to be far more accomplished in terms of an individual, and has shown his individual dominance over Michael Jordan with all of the additional years that he's had the ability to be out there accruing these things.
He's got the longest peak any sport's ever seen. That's not a showcase of his individual dominance.
So 22
Dominance is winning.
actual qualified years, because he only played 45 games one year. He didn't.
Young people watching, 2 things that drive me crazy. Stop saying everyone is the GOAT. GOAT means greatest of all time. Okay? That means there's one. Greatest of all time. Stop saying Wemby's the GOAT. It's driving me crazy, you guys. You're embarrassing me as a Wemby fan. Stop it. Stop it. 2, dominance. Dominance is crushing the competition. That means winning, okay? The only other time I want to hear dominate is like if we're talking about an individual matchup, and you can say like Shaq in his prime dominated the hell out of, I don't know, Vlade Divac, who was trying to guard him, and Shaq was so physically dominant that there's nothing the entire Sacramento Kings could do to stop him. Just an example. That is another way to use dominant. But if you say he showed his dominance in all of those years during his prime, aka LeBron James, what this guy's saying, you showing your dominance, that means you better have been winning. And I don't see that. If you're winning 4 championships in like 22 years, how is that showing dominance?
So 22 actual qualified years, because he only played 45 games one year. He didn't register for awards and year-end things and stuff like that. And same with
23 years, because I count all of Jordan's. So 23 years and 4 championships. That's dominance.
Jordan, he broke his foot in year 2. He came in at age 21, broke his foot in year 2, missed all of that season basically, played only 17 games. Then he retired at 30. I know you think you have some conspiracy theory thing that he was forced out, but anyway,
they called him and said,
he
stop
left
gambling.
at 30 and then missed that whole season and most of the next season. He came back only 18 games that year.
So
those years don't matter. Like the broken foot year where he played 17, those are unqualified years.
All right.
So 13 total qualified years for Jordan and 22 total qualified years for LeBron.
Sure.
In 22 years, let's talk standard, because LeBron's the king of stats, the king of the box metrics. So let's talk standard things, right? How many times did LeBron James win a standard box crown, being points, rebounds, assists, steals, or blocks? How many times in his 22 qualified seasons?
Oh, snap. That's a good one. That's a damn good one, SKAP.
Not often.
One time he led the league in scoring. One time he led the league in assists.
Yeah.
How many standard crowns did Michael Jordan win in his 13 qualified years?
A lot more than 2.
10 times he led the league in scoring, 10.
Lovely.
And he led the league in steals 3 times. 13 standard crowns in 13 qualified years for 2 standard crowns in LeBron's 22 years.
I know this guy's going to dance around it and do some mental gymnastics, but like SKAP just beat the hell out of this one. He just stamped it like nail in a coffin. You can't argue that. That's a stat. These are stats. You can't argue it. But he's going to try to change. He's going to move the goalpost now is the term.
Era of scoring was better.
Hold on. Watch him move the goalpost.
5 years for 2 standard crowns.
And this is why I can't do debate things like this. Like, guys, I know you're going to be in the comments like you always are saying, dude, you need to do one of these. I can't because eventually I'm going to explode because it'll just be straight up. I'll sit there going back and forth. Get back to the topic. Stop moving the goalposts. Get back to the topic. Like, I will not be pleasant on a show like this at all. I'm too old school for this shit, you know? I don't want to have a not in good faith debate. And that's all these are not in good faith whatsoever. I would go insane.
LeBron's 22 years.
Which era of scoring was better?
Moving to goalpost.
LeBron's era of scoring or Jordan's era of scoring?
Well, it was way harder to score when Jordan.
I didn't ask you that.
It's not 10 times. It wasn't 10 times. Whatever the difference is, you know, since Jordan has 10 and LeBron has 1. Whatever you're trying, I don't even know what he's trying to argue, but I know it's not 1,000% more difficult one way or the other.
I didn't ask you that. I didn't ask you it was harder to do. First of all, we just talked about how you couldn't double, you couldn't play zone. I'm not talking about that. I'm asking which era of scoring was better. Which era?
The 60s.
Whose era of scoring had better scorers?
Which era are we talking about? 2004?
LeBron and Jordan. Whose era had better scorers?
Hang on. If LeBron, which years do you want to look at for LeBron?
The existence of LeBron James' career versus the existence of Michael Jordan. Whose time playing basketball were there better scorers on the floor?
Can you qualify the term better?
What era had better people putting the ball in the hoop? I don't understand how much simpler this can be. Better scoring. Well, what do you mean?
More guys.
Who had better scores?
Jordan is the all-time leading scorer in NBA history per game, and he has led the league in scoring 10. So I guess if that guy played in the 90s, that's better, right?
I'm saying aside from LeBron and Jordan, because LeBron's the greatest scorer the game's ever seen. Aside from those,
Jesus.
two players aside from them, who else in their eras were just as good, if not better at them than scoring is what I'm asking.
Okay, well, let me turn this around on you, real quick.
Yeah, who now or in the last 15 years or since Jordan has retired is better than Jordan at scoring? Name one. Exactly. You can't.
No, he doesn't answer questions.
Hold on, if I were to concede that maybe that it was LeBron's maybe.
It's not maybe, it's a fact.
Hold on. Let me ask you this, though, because when you asked me what was the best era of scoring,
I didn't ask you that.
60s.
I didn't ask you that.
Hold on.
That's not the question I asked you.
But wait.
That is not the question I asked you.
In the 1960s, that was the best era in scoring.
I didn't ask you that, though.
I
didn't ask you that.
Can I make my point?
You're answering a question that wasn't asked.
Your inference is this.
It's not an inference.
Okay. Well, look, if I'm not allowed to answer the question, then I'm not going to answer your questions then. How about that?
You're answering a question I didn't ask. I didn't ask you the best era of scoring ever. I asked you
What's your point? Make your point.
If there are better scorers when LeBron's playing basketball, wouldn't it make more sense that LeBron doesn't have as many scoring crowns as Michael Jordan?
And let me follow up with my point.
If there are better passers in LeBron's era than Jordan's era, wouldn't it make sense? Also, LeBron's not a point guard. Talk to me.
Because I know what your inference was that, there's just better scorers now.
That's not an inference. That's a fact.
So let me follow up with this.
How many Kevin Durant's were running around in the 90s?
Are the best scoring era in NBA.
60s?
Because I'm trying to answer your point.
Okay.
The 60s was the best scoring era in NBA history.
See, at this point, because he just interrupted again, I would straight up just say, shut the fuck up. This is why I can't be on a show like this. Straight up. At this point, you've now interrupted me 20 times. I've been trying to make my damn point for 5 freaking minutes, and you won't let me get more than 3 words out. I will beat the hell out of you if you don't shut the fuck up for a minute or two.
And Will Chamberlain lived in the 1960s.
You don't even like the 60s.
So you would think that because the 60s were easier to score in, that Will Chamberlain should have more scoring titles.
I didn't say easier.
Man, I'm glad he doesn't do React content. You guys think I say too much? I talk too much? This guy's on another level, man. Lay off the microphone for a minute, buddy.
It's better
than Michael.
I didn't say easier.
It's better.
No, it's not.
You had Elgin Baylor running around there averaging like 33 and 15, and he was like the 4th or 5th best player in that era. Will Chamberlain averaged 50 in a year. Jerry West,
taller than everybody.
Jerry West career.
Wemby's taller than everybody. He's not leading the league in scoring.
Numbers. Hold on. Jerry West's
career
numbers.
If I put you in a middle school basketball league right now, you'd average 52.
Do you know that Jerry West's numbers are the same as LeBron James?
That's why he's the logo.
The same.
What does that mean? What does that mean?
All those guys lived in the 60s.
What does that mean?
I'm trying to tell you.
Yeah, and if you would just shut up for a minute instead of talking over SKAP, you'd actually get to the freaking point. This guy's killing me, man.
LeBron and Jordan, neither of these guys played in the 60s.
Because this is your point. I'm trying to answer your point. Your point was LeBron only led the league in scoring once and Jordan did 10 because it's so much harder to score today and there's so many better scorers. Well, okay.
I didn't say it was harder.
Full stop. In the 1960s, that's the best scoring era. Will Chamberlain should have more scoring crowns and be a better scorer than Jordan. He's not. Jordan averaged more points per game than Chamberlain, and he has more scoring crowns than Chamberlain, 10-7. So it completely negates and refutes your point of, which era was better at scoring? What does it matter?
That wasn't the question I asked you.
Jordan has 10 scoring crowns, and LeBron
was not
has
my
1.
question.
That's the answer.
Okay, can we both agree that you've answered a question that I didn't ask you? Can we agree with that? Because I didn't ask you the better scoring era. I asked you
what does it matter? What does it matter? Which scoring is better? Which scoring era is better?
I want to know why no matter what, Jordan's 10 scoring champs in any era is impressive. Because now, look at it. Everyone's a great scorer, blah, 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 blah. Name me one person who even has 5 scoring champions in the modern era. Or in the last 20 years, in the last 25 years even. Who? Not one. So it doesn't matter. No one has shown that type of dominance before or since Michael Jordan.
I put you on a team with a bunch.
Certainly wasn't LeBron James.
Of people who are better at scoring a basketball than you, and I go play on a team with people who can't score for shit. I should lead the team in scoring more often than you do if I'm playing with crappy scorers, and you're not. He wasn't running around with a Kevin Durant, with a Steph Curry, with a James freaking Harden, like people who are good at putting the ball in the hoop. Michael Jordan is an exceptional scorer. I'm not saying he's not, but to act like just because Michael Jordan led the league in scoring 10 times or whatever it was,
10 times, bro.
and LeBron did it once. When you're talking about an era that has some of the best scores. That's fine.
Versus one
He's
time
an exceptional scorer.
in 23 years.
Like, I could see this argument maybe if LeBron won it 5 times, 5 scoring championships, and you could say, oh, well, it's harder now. Okay, maybe we can have a conversation, even though I don't really think it's going to be in good faith anyways. However, he only got 1. You can't say it's 10 times harder now. You can't say that. It's ridiculous.
If Michael Jordan played basketball in LeBron's era, how many times would Michael Jordan have led the league
every year? Every year.
How do you figure?
How do I figure?
How do you
That was
figure?
like 40 points per game.
Yeah, because you can't touch the guy. So imagine Jordan in the modern era. I mean, that's why all the legends say, oh, he'd average 40, he'd average 50. Because it's true. It would be disgusting what he would do to the modern era.
Average 40 points per game.
Kobe and Jordan would easy 40 per game.
Kobe didn't average 40 per game, and he played in LeBron's era.
No, he didn't play in this today era. He played back when the era was still difficult.
How many
Talk
points
about the dead ball era, man, if he'll let you. Talk about the dead ball era. This guy doesn't know shit.
LeBron average if he played in the 90s? When you didn't have to double, you didn't play.
How many points would LeBron average in the 90s? I don't know. What's the average? Like 25 in the shit era? So maybe 20 points. I'd say about 20 points. He'd probably shoot around like 42% from the field. He'd be stuck taking a lot of mid-range jumpers. It would be bad. Yeah. I'll give him 20 points. 20 points a game in the 90s. What do you guys think?
Zone.
I don't know. There was a lot
it was just
one-on-one
the whole time.
The pain
He's
was all
6'9",
back in.
260.
Yeah, this guy needs to get out of here. This guy's ridiculous.
And shoot.
He's actually pissing me off, and I'm not even in SKAP's shoes or his SKAP seat. Like, I'm pissed off for SKAP. He's got to deal with this kind of nonsense.
Neither can Jordan.
Jordan's a better shooter at every level.
No, he's not.
He is.
He's a better mid-range shooter. I will give you that. LeBron James is not a good mid-range shooter, but he's a better
He's
three-point
not good
shooter.
anywhere other than
He's good everywhere. He's the most all-around basketball player you've ever seen in your lifetime.
But he's not. Jordan was much
is.
better in the mid-range.
What did you just say? What did you psycho? What did you just say?
I will give you that. LeBron James is not a good mid-range shooter, but he's a better
He's
three-point
not good
shooter.
anywhere other than
He's good everywhere. He's the most all-around basketball player you've ever seen in your lifetime.
This is a disease. Did you hear that? He's speaking for SKAP now. Like this is a cult. Like, it's the best you've ever seen in your life. And you know it. Like, what is this? Also, like, why is he, like, yelling into the microphone like this? Like, why is he so aggressive? I've never heard anything like that. He's the greatest you've seen in your lifetime. I've never heard somebody say something like that. Like, what the hell? You're having a debate and you're going to speak for me now. Like, no, this one's over. Like, you're sick. You need to go check in to a facility, and get a psych eval. Something's wrong. We can get you some help. I know some connections. We can get you some help. I know places.
But he's not. Jordan was much better in the mid-range. Much better.
I would argue that I think LeBron, if, the team was fully around him because he had to pass, and by the way, much better passer than Jordan, much better rebounder than Jordan. If we want to get into that, we look at...
Sure, and you know what? I'll even say that is the case. But Jordan, better scorer, better defender, better winner.
LeBron could have had those stats, but he, as we said, adapted...
Hypothetical. Could have...
around his team. He was passing.
Jordan could have averaged freaking 40 something points a game his entire career if he wanted to, or he could have taken another career path and played point guard his whole career and averaged a 30-point triple-double for the majority of his career. But he didn't. He chose to win, and he did that great. He won 6 of them.
Yeah, Jordan had 35, 5, and 5. LeBron had 20. His career averages are like 29, 8, and 7. You get the extra assists. You get the extra rebounds.
Hold on. His career average
27.
Excuse me.
27.
I think he's dipped to 26. I want
Well,
to say. 27.
He's 40.
But see, here's the thing. Again, with you people, I love how like LeBron.
Hold on. Let me see if this works. Can you tell me LeBron James average stats throughout his entire career, including the playoffs?
Throughout his entire career, combining the regular season and playoffs, LeBron James has averaged 27.0 points, 7.7 rebounds, and 7.4 assists per game over 1,924 total.
Okay. No, those are good numbers, but I just want to see if he's right or not.
27,
He's
7,
40.
There's SKAP. SKAP has a crazy brain, man. I don't know how he does that. I don't know how he memorizes all of it. There it is. Right there on the money.
27.
I think he's dipped to 26. I want
Well,
to say.
you know.
27,
He's
7,
40.
But
They
see,
said it.
here's the thing. Again, with you people, I love how like LeBron could do anything. He could do whatever he wants.
That's what
He
you
could
say about
average-
Jordan.
He could average
That is what
triple
you say
doubles.
about Jordan.
He could
That is
average triple doubles. But look, we've seen 6 different triple double seasons in LeBron's era now. 4 Russell Westbrook triple doubles, back to back Nikola Jokic triple doubles. All I've heard about for all the years leading into Russell Westbrook and Nikola Jokic was, oh, LeBron could average triple double if he wanted to. He could.
I mean,
He
that, by the
totally
way,
could.
You really, SKAP's right. We have that standard of all these other people averaging triple doubles. Why couldn't LeBron do it once? Because that's the standard, right?
But he
I have a
never
quick- wait,
did.
wait. I have a
Russell
quick-
Westbrook did twice.
I have a
Nikola
quick
Jokic
question
did
for the
twice.
audience. Did I mention triple doubles at all?
You're talking
did I say
about
triple,
stats.
Did I say the word triple
You're
double?
talking about stats.
Thank you.
You are saying
you've
he could
changed
have
the
the
topic
same
with
numbers.
every single person
You're
you talk
saying
to.
he
I'm
could
tired of
average-
this.
You're saying he could
No.
average the same numbers as
Like
Jordan.
you guys don't move the freaking goalpost.
Did you not say that?
And the thing is, if you add the assists, the points created off those assists, he's right there. It's even. 35 and
I'm
5,
glad you
29 and
mentioned
7.
that.
You
Glad you
are
mentioned that.
creating.
That's not how it works, dude. If that was the case, like Magic Johnson, like, could you imagine the amount of points that converts it to? Like all of Magic's assists? Could you imagine Steve Nash in his prime? Like how many, dude, if you want to do that, then like he was getting 20 points, by himself, add in another, about 15 assists? So like 30 points. Okay, so what are we going to say? Nash basically averaged 50 points a game because if you talk about what those points, those assists lead to, he got 50. It's going to drive me crazy. Oh my God. Get some help.
The same amount of points. Outside of that, LeBron, so could Jordan do what LeBron did with longevity? Absolutely not. Do you not?
And can LeBron do what Jordan did in his peak? Absolutely not. He had a chance and he didn't.
Jordan was averaging at 37 years old. It's like 20. It was like 21. 5, and like he was on like 41, 19,
In a league
70,
where scoring was like 98 points per game versus 116 points per game.
and his efficiency was terrible.
So I'm just saying,
and LeBron,
it's 20 points per
do
game.
you know what
more.
LeBron did
So
at
that's not
37 years old? He was averaging 29, 9, and 7.
Okay. Do you know
At
can I,
38.
So why was it in his last MVP season at 28, he was only averaging 26 points per game?
Because
Exactly. Yes, SKAP. Because that shows that's how inflated all these stats have gotten. If it's that good, it's really that impressive, why hasn't he won an MVP? Why? Yeah. Sucks. Sucks to suck.
changes. He adapts. He's
because the
shooting
era was harder,
three-pointers.
there was less scoring, etc.
And it was harder than the 90s, definitely. It's definitely.
Wait. Say it again.
Averaging 26 points per game.
Because he changes. He adapts. He's
because the
shooting
era was harder,
three-pointers.
there was less scoring, etc.
And it was harder than the 90s, definitely.
What's harder than a 90s scoring? No way.
It's definitely.
He is so shaken. It's like he just got punched by Mike Tyson.
Like
So
Jordan,
wait, if
Jordan had
each
years
era-
off, and he couldn't do what LeBron did. LeBron could do what Jordan did, absolutely, without a doubt.
Why doesn't he have 6 championships like Jordan did? So, Jesus Christ. Oh man. Oh man, I need a beer.
Michael Jordan was the clear GOAT of his era. LeBron James isn't.
Shit. This is great. Okay. All right. We got 20, 35 minutes left. We got to keep riding. Woo. Wow, man. Okay. This should be look at that smile. I didn't even look at it. Look at that grin on his face. We got the Joker up in here. All right. I'm trying not to make this video an hour long like the last one, but whatever. I guess this way you guys can't miss me while I'm on my break. We got to keep going. Let's go.
So who is the GOAT then to you in LeBron's era?
I would
For
say
sure.
Kobe
It was
Bryant was
clear-cut.
the best player in the NBA till 2010.
LeBron had higher MVP finishes than Kobe starting in 2006. Nash stole one from him. What was that, 06? He was second?
Yeah.
Yeah,
So-
I mean, good question. If we go by the decades, then yeah, Kobe in the 2000s, and then in the 2010s, I give it to Steph Curry.
Okay.
So starting from 06, he had higher MVP finishes than Kobe.
Okay.
Steph's unanimous MVP year. He came back and beat him in the finals, and he was the
Right.
best player on either team, led both teams in statistics in every category, which isn't the first time he did that in the finals in his
Yeah,
career.
which is going to be funny here, and I like that SKAP did this in a particular order he did, because the LeBron fans have now established that LeBron played with better talent, right? They just got done talking about how great these individual players are, and now they have to flip it and somehow say that LeBron was actually better than them. Clearly, I like this. I like this tactic.
So is it arguable? Sure, but there was just less talent when Jordan was there.
Again, these
in
are all
his
just
era. So
eye test, like feeling specific things.
I mean, like you were saying, stats are up now. There's higher average for team scoring, higher average for
All stats.
shots per play, for points per minute. So skill sets are going up.
Defense is down. There's no
Defense-
hand checking.
There's no hand checking, but you can play zone, you can double, you can pull guys by the hair and not get thrown out of a game. I mean, a lot of things happen. I think we need to start looking at some.
Is he trying to say it's more like violent now, or it's more physical now? Because that's a weird argument. He looks like he's old. He looks like he's my age, so that's weird. You should have been around to see 80s and 90s ball, man.
Intangibles, right? Like, who would you rather hang out with? Jordan seems like a jerk.
Topic. Michael Jordan was the clear GOAT of his era, and LeBron James is not. Here's what a LeBron James fan does to get around the question.
Who would you rather hang out with?
Well, there it is.
Jordan seems like a jerk. You know what I mean? And jerks are losers. That's a loser. LeBron seems like a cool goofball. He's a funny guy.
To answer his stupid ass question, I'd rather hang out with MJ, because at least MJ, if there's something wrong, he'll tell me to my face. LeBron, he's gonna blast me on social media or like do all kinds of disingenuous snake-like weasel stuff. That is not. I mean, I've had friends like that before, and I don't have them now for a reason, because screw people like that. I probably wouldn't hang out with MJ all the time, but I'd rather, if it's a one-off, I'd rather hang out with MJ. At least he'll keep it real with me.
That is a winning mentality.
I didn't see this going in that
You
direction.
look at their Hollywood career. You give me LeBron in Trainwreck next to Bill Hader all day. He crushes it. He's one of the funniest actors to ever
What
come out
about
of the
Space
NBA.
Jams 2? Space Jam 2.
How old were you when you saw Space Jam 2? You saw it, you creep? Why would you go to the theaters and see that? It's a kid's movie. That's a kid's movie.
I didn't say
if
I went
you're
to
not
theaters
a
to see
6-year-old
it.
kid, then of course
I didn't
it's a
say
bad
I was
movie.
in theaters
We
to
were
see
all
it.
young when Space Jam with Jordan came out. That's why we.
He is old. He was young when Space Jam came out. So I was right. What the hell's up with this dude? And by the way, question still is, Michael Jordan was the clear GOAT in his era, and LeBron is not. But here we go. We'll talk about whatever he wants to talk about, I guess. It's his time.
Liked it. I liked Bugs Bunny back then. I don't now.
Can you name
Bill
me-
Murray won the game for those guys. It wasn't even Jordan. You know what I mean? He couldn't even beat a bunch of cartoons without Bill Murray.
Guys ate at the early stage of
At least
Michael
this guy's funny.
career, right? Like you had Magic winning titles and MVPs, Bird winning titles and MVPs in the early part. Just like Kobe and Duncan were eating on LeBron early on, right? Like Kobe was winning MVPs and titles. Duncan
With a
was winning
stacked team.
MVPs and titles.
With a stacked team.
Kobe's team wasn't stacked.
Dude, Pau Gasol, Ron Artest,
I would disagree with that one, SKAP.
Lamar Odom. That's a really good team,
No,
dude.
not that team. Not that team. Okay, I get what you mean. Yeah. Because once LeBron came in 2003, and that's okay. The stacked Lakers team stopped winning at that point. It now became the other Laker team, which is not stacked. I'm back with SKAP on this one. Yeah, Pau Gasol, Lamar Odom, Fish. They had a good team. Very good, solid team. One clear star, a secondary star in Pau, and then a whole bunch of awesome role players. Much like the Chicago Bulls dynasty was built. Same idea. But yeah, they were not stacked. Not even close. Compared to what we've seen and what LeBron's been on, not even close to a stacked team.
Gasol made one All-Star appearance in his entire career before he got to LA in year 7.
How many All-NBA teams?
Before he got to LA, 0.
And how many with Kobe?
Exactly. He got better with Kobe. Then when he left Kobe, again, not good. So maybe it was Kobe was the one. You guys talk about what LeBron does for teammates. Maybe
he's also a power forward in the West, so he's not going to make it over KG. He's not going to make it over Tim Duncan. I mean, Yao Ming had healthy years out there.
Okay, so how many All-Star games did Ron Artest play in his career?
With Indiana, probably 1.
He played one All-Star game.
How many all-defensive teams?
He played one All-Star game.
He's one of the best defenders of all time.
And he was much older when he played with Kobe.
So when you have Kobe and Artest, that's very similar to Jordan and Pippen, right? On defense.
Yeah, Ron Artest was a crucial part of that team.
And down the wings.
How many All-Star games did Lamar Odom play in?
I think 15, 16.
0.
Yeah, 0.
How many All-Star games did
16? He must have misunderstood that one. Lamar Odom?
Derek Fisher playing?
0.
Derek Fisher isn't in the conversation.
0.
He's a role player. He's a very good role player.
Those teams are elevated now to diminish Kobe Bryant.
Not at all.
Hindsight.
Kobe couldn't win with that before Pau Gasol got there.
Look at his.
Why is this the thing that they always say? It's like LeBron never had a teammate that was good. I don't understand why they do this. Do you guys understand why they do this? Kobe couldn't win before Pau got there. When did LeBron? It's so dumb. The double standard is so weird to me.
His team. He had Smush Parker as a point guard.
And then you bring in
Kwame Brown as his center.
Pau Gasol was 18-10 with Memphis as a young man.
And what was Chris Bosh?
Chris Bosh was
before he joined LeBron.
He was like 22, 24, and 10.
Gasol were similar players before they joined.
They played very different games. They played
were
very different
similar
games.
players.
Pau's a much better defender.
Chris Bosh was LeBron's
Chris
third
Bosh
option.
was soft in the paint.
Pau Gasol was Kobe's second option. Those weren't stacked teams.
If you put LeBron on those Lakers teams, if you take out Kobe, you insert LeBron James, they three-peat. They win 4 championships.
Close.
Yeah, I disagree with this guy too.
Close, because LeBron is a choke artist when it really matters.
And exactly. Who's the closer on that team? Is it Pau Gasol then? Is it Ron Artest? No. You needed a closer. It was built by design to complement the closer, which was Kobe Bryant. LeBron James teams are built to compensate for his lack of closing. Big, giant difference. Big, giant difference. So who's going to close on that team? I'm sorry. It reminds me of Scottie Pippen when he was on the Blazers. No closer, which is why they lost in Game 7 to the Lakers, because the Lakers had Kobe Bryant to close the game out. Who is that's it. That's the end of my point.
I think this is a time where LeBron's longevity, he's almost a victim of his own greatness, because you're using arguments from when iPhones were new, and then you're using arguments from when Wemby's in the NBA to hurt LeBron's case, right?
Okay.
The fact that he's been great for this long gives you more to work with, but what he's done in his era is an outlier. LeBron is top 10 in total playoff points scored in the 2000s. He's top 10 in total playoff points scored in the 2010s and the 2020s. No one else has done that. LeBron is far and away the all-time points leader while being top 4 in assists. How many points do you think LeBron has created in the history of basketball? How many guys have made a shot because LeBron found them?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Like, for him to be...
Let me know when I can jump in, but keep going.
Go ahead.
Okay. I'm glad you brought that up, because I don't want to use his longevity, which is excellent, against him. Like I said, Duncan and Kobe ate at the beginning of LeBron's watch, right?
Just like the Celtics did in the 80s and the beginning of Jordan's career, right?
Yeah.
Right.
And then Jokic has eaten at the end of LeBron's career. He's won 3 MVPs. He won his championship by sweeping LeBron James in his series in the West Finals, where Anthony Davis averaged 27 and 14 in that series against Nikola Jokic.
We also had D'Angelo.
Hold on. Don't interrupt him, because then if you get to the middle, the peak of LeBron James's career, then we still have two more people who are eating on his watch. We got Tim Duncan and we got Steph Curry. So yeah, people were eating in all eras of LeBron James' career.
Also playing in crucial minutes.
I'm just saying.
What were we supposed to do?
I'm just saying. So, but look, if we even take
D'Angelo Russell.
If we say when LeBron is primed, okay, you would admit that he was primed when he won back-to-back league MVPs, right?
And he probably should have won 5 in a row, but they punished him for the decision.
Okay,
Whatever.
So he was primed in.
Who punished him for the decision? How? Who? Like what does that even mean? Like what is that thing he just fabricated in his head emotionally? What does that even mean? They punished him for the decision. He spent 4 years in Miami. He won 2. He got his ass kicked by the Spurs and ran back home to Cleveland. How is that him being punished?
Cleveland when he won back-to-back MVPs. So he won 62 games one year, 66 games the other, both number one in the league both years as the league MVP.
Okay.
He then was eliminated in the playoffs both years by Orlando and then Boston, and Kobe Bean Bryant beat both of those teams. So Kobe's eating in Bron's prime. Then, now we'll even say 35 and on is not Bron's prime. So I'm not even going to count Jokic against him. So let's look at when LeBron, in my estimation, became the best player in the NBA, 2011. And then I think he was till 2018, because in 2018 you had Giannis Antetokounmpo was MVP 1, Depoy 2. Then the next year he was Depoy 1, MVP 1, and then Jokic started right after that. So let's say just in his prime, just in LeBron's peak, 2011 to 18. He won 3 championships on 3 super teams. Steph Curry also won 3 championships in that same window. Only he won all 3 head-to-head against LeBron James. Like I said, no one ever ate when Michael Jordan got primed with one other All-Star. People are getting damn right obese in this era on LeBron's watch. You got all-time greats running around like it's an all-you-can-eat buffet out here. It's crazy.
True. I'm proud of SKAP. He did exactly what I was hoping he would do. That was it.
Speaking of running around, I want to talk about how LeBron
you see how like that's it though. Like they just let everything like reflect off of them. It bounces off of them. So no matter what, that's that bottom line. That's why I wouldn't want to debate with a LeBron fan, because no matter how many strikes you get on them, they just act like it didn't happen and they just move on to the next thing. They'll never take an L, and it's obvious that they'll never take an L, because then they might actually like look at that like 4-6 record LeBron has and look at it a little differently. But instead they just go, it doesn't count. But then the wins count, but the losses don't matter. It's interesting. Not respectable.
Adds impact to every team that he goes to, right?
And all-star players as well.
Right? But there's challenges that come with that, because LeBron, every time he's changed teams since the decision, they win within the first 2 years, but they don't always win right away, which tells me 2 things. Number one, the talent is not so overwhelmingly stacked in LeBron's favor that they can win easily in year 1, like the Warriors with KD did. But it also tells me LeBron figures things out, because when you look at a guy like Michael Jordan, my man said, the way he won in the triangle system with Phil Jackson, nothing again. I'm not downplaying his greatness, but that's just a continuity that he had. Kobe won all his championships with Phil. Steve Kerr, all Steph Curry's championships came with him. Tim Duncan, all his came with Pop. LeBron won with Spoelstra, who is a great coach, but has not won since him. He won with Ty Lue, who has done nothing since, and I can't really point to much else besides 2016. He won with Frank Vogel, who is not a head coach currently, right? So we talk about LeBron switching teams, but there's risks that come with that. And we talk about the Heat years. And at the time, I was a LeBron hater as a Kobe fan, but I've come to appreciate LeBron because those super teams weren't so super after year 1. You look at
they were still up until 2014. They were still
wait, because you're saying that because of the names, but when Dwayne Wade's knees went out, he was not the same player. When Chris Bosh had the abdominal strain, he was not the same player. If Chris Bosh was so super, why did he have 0 points in game?
Hold on, and then what did he do? What, like other people like Michael Jordan, like Kobe Bryant, like Steph Curry, like Tim, like all the great players, they stay and they have to fight through rebuilds, fight through other guys coming in.
Imagine in a 98 finals when Scottie Pippen went down with the bad back. If Jordan would have just like said like, all right, I ain't even going to show up. I'm going to go ask for a trade next year or go to a new team, build a new team. No, man, you stick with your guys. You fight. That's what a winner does. And when we're talking about longevity, it's something I just thought of now, and like nobody ever brings up in these debates. How about the longevity of retaining and maintaining the crown, aka the Larry O'Brien Trophy, to keep it for 6 out of 8 years? Does that not trump any one of these things that LeBron? LeBron wins 1. Okay, he won 2. That was the original. He won 2, and then he won 1, and then he won 1. All separated by a lot of time. You want to talk about longevity? I think there's a lot more longevity in winning 6 out of 8 years.
LeBron doesn't do that when things slip away from LeBron and LeBron teams. He runs to another ready-made super team.
But that also comes with risks because you're playing in a new system with a new coach, new teammates. He literally played with Anthony.
So then you can't talk about when they had Phil Jackson in his whole career. You can't talk about that then. LeBron is choosing to leave. Okay, he's not being forced to leave. He's choosing to leave his team and leave his coach.
Davis, who was notorious for being injury prone and then proceeded to get injury prone. And I still believe the Lakers go back to back in 2021 if Anthony Davis wasn't hurt. But that's aside the point.
Anthony Davis, we talked about his top 5.
He was phenomenal. I love AD.
As a basketball purist, the Suns were the ones who eliminated that Laker team with the injured AD, who did play, by the way, but he had a pulled hamstring and he was not 100%. They probably would have beat the Suns that year. I'll give it that. Championship, I don't know about that, but I probably would have beat my Suns that year. I'll be fair about it.
But he's
the
frail.
other 2 years that
He's
they lost
frail.
to the Nuggets, though.
He needs some milk.
The 2 years they lost back-to-back to the Nuggets. By 4 in the West Finals and by 5 in the first round the following year. AD, 27-14 on 52% in the West Finals. And in the first round the next year, 28-14 on 64%. That was LeBron's second option on that team, and he's winning 1 game total in 2 series?
I mean, you can't expect him to win every single year. The Nuggets were at their peak.
You're right. He hasn't won. He's won 4 times out of 23 years.
But he does it on different teams, and we talk about all these different situations he was in. He won in the 2020 with the Lakers. Lakers were 57-0 when they had a lead after the third quarter. That's never been done before. They were 24-3 through the first 27 games. They were on a 60-win pace. They had statement wins against the Clippers and the Bucks before the season was closed.
Anthony Davis.
And
thank you, SKAP. Anthony Davis. Like, how do you keep a lead in the fourth quarter with freaking killer defense? And AD wasn't letting anything get to the rim at that point.
All that, LeBron James led the league in assists in year 17 because he adapted his game once again. And that's why, that's why he can change teams, because he also changes his game to fit those teams, and no one else does that. The continuity
and
Jordan didn't change his game to fit his team. Do you guys not know about the difference between Doug Collins coaching him and Phil Jackson's coaching him? He changed everything about his game in order to win.
The continuity that Jordan and Kobe and Tim Duncan and Steph Curry had, LeBron never had, but he didn't need it because
they didn't have the great players that LeBron's had either.
They had tons of great players. What are you talking about?
LeBron has had more. Do I have to say it again?
No, you don't, because I'll say this: if you're
made
ranking
17 All-Stars versus Jordan, who has had one guy that made 6 All-Stars.
I don't evaluate players solely on the All-Star game, but if you are ranking their careers, I guarantee you're not putting Scottie Pippen below Chris Bosh and Kevin Love.
Why is that though?
What do you mean, why is that?
Because Scottie Pippen is decorated more and thought of higher because he was on those teams with Michael Jordan.
Exactly, and this is where like the whole argument can get crazy, because that thing they brought up earlier about Robert Horry, you could say, oh, well, the Robert Horry is actually better than Scottie Pippen, because I know he's about to do it. He's about to do it. What's the difference between Bosh and Pippen? Pippen's got 6 rings. I know he's going to do it.
Okay. All right. Well, I'll give you that.
Oh,
but I just think
wow. Damn. All right. He conceded one.
LeBron's talent, while great, the league has also been great. So he had to have talent to keep up. And his ability to keep up is predicated on his ability to adapt, evolve, and add to his game, which he undeniably does at every team he goes to.
Okay, but this is going to be the end of part 2. We got about 20 minutes left in this. So, yeah, that'll be like another hour for tomorrow's video. I'll just say, hold on. What did he say at the very end here?
Is predicated on his ability to adapt, evolve, and add to his game, which he undeniably does at every team he goes to.
Okay, hold on.
The league has also been great, so he had to have talent to keep up, and his ability
had to have talent to keep up.
to keep up is predicated on his ability to adapt, evolve, and add to his game, which he undeniably does at every team he goes to.
How can you make an argument that this guy is the greatest of all time if all you're talking about is him keeping up at the competition? If you can't even be better than your competition in your era, how can you make an argument that he's the greatest of all time? And with that mic drop, I will see you guys in the next one. Like the video on the way out. Subscribe if you want more content like this. I hope you guys are getting in there in the comments and having a good old conversation and debate while I take a break. And yeah, guys, I'll see you tomorrow for part 3 and the final part of this whole thing. And, jeez, it's been wild. All right, guys, peace out. Be water, my friends.